Hey there. So I'm just making a little video for you here to show you how to send usernames and passwords and things on a little bit more securely, because I think people are doing this a lot more now that everybody is working remotely. So I'm going to show you a couple of services that I use to do this a little bit more securely. First thing I'll mention is these are all fake, by the way, but you'll notice my password is actually quite long here, and that really makes a huge difference in not having your password broken by somebody. So the difference between a password being 6 or 7 characters long or 6 or 7 letters long and being 16 long is probably the difference between it taking an hour to break and 10 years. It's a huge difference. It's orders of magnitude. So having a longer password is better, even if you're just putting stuff like numbers and special characters on the end. Like I've got percentage signs here and I'm using dots between words to make it a bit longer and things like that. It really does make a difference in making it more secure. So in terms of actually sharing, so what I normally do is I will take out the password and I'll share the username and the login together, but I will share the password with a different service. So there's a service here called quickforget.com, and there's another one here called One Time Secret. They both do pretty much the same thing. I'll show you on Quick Forget. So what you do is you can paste in your password in your text. It's important here, don't put in what it's for. Just put in the password. Don't say, this is for X. So so that if somebody does get it, it's just another security measure. Now it has here, forget after 2 views or 24 hours. Now what I recommend you do is actually change this to 4 views. And if you want to give the other person a little bit longer to be able to go back and check this, you can change that to 48 hours. So what we can do now is just hit save my secret. And what this will do now is this is giving us a URL that we can copy and paste. Right, so you see this here. So I'm just going to select this and copy it. Now there's another minor little trick, but this URL that's here is actually the same as the URL that is up here. So you can actually grab it from up here as well. And so you take that, you copy it, and you send that to the person. So you can say password URL, and then give them that link. So now if you send this on to them now, if somebody comes to this later and that time period has passed, this is no use because it won't show it anymore. So what happens is if somebody visits this URL, they get to see, this is what they see. They see the password and it'll be forgotten in 1 day or after it is viewed 3 more times. Now, just on the number of views, just be careful. If you're sharing something on Skype or on Slack, what happens is Skype and Slack will go visit the page and get a thumbnail to embed into the conversation to make it look pretty. That counts as a view. So that's why you don't share it with just 1 view. If you do, you probably won't be able to, they probably won't be able to see it if you share it that way. So that's why I usually set it to about 4, and I usually set it to 24, 48 hours, depending on how soon I think they're going to visit the actual page. Now, obviously, if you send this to them in email on Friday and they check it on Monday, it depends on what time limit you set on this. If you had set the time limit of 24 or 48 hours, they probably won't be able to access it. So you probably need to give a bit longer if it's going to be shared over the weekend or something. But for the most part, if you're sending it to somebody and they're going to check it instantly, this is a really secure way to share login details, usernames and passwords. And it's much more secure than just putting everything in the email. And I recommend you don't do that. And please use longer passwords. Thanks for watching.